This is Volume 3 of the Human Test, the test to see if you are a human. Please make a mark with your pencil if something applies to you. Ready? Have you ever stared at your phone and smiled like an idiot while texting with someone? Have you ever subsequently texted that person the phrase, "I am staring at the phone, smiling like an idiot"? Have you ever marveled at how someone you thought was ordinary could suddenly become so beautiful? Have you ever texted a random sequence of emoji just to get someone's attention? Have you ever realized after sending that those emoji could be construed as strange sexual innuendo and tried to cover your tracks with more random emoji? Have you ever wished that you and your lover could speak in person as well as you text with each other? Have you ever agonized over the intended meaning of a winky face in a text? Have you ever ended a text with a period as a sign of aggression? Have you ever continued to hold someone's hand despite it getting sweaty and gross because you just didn't want to let go? Have you ever marveled at how two human shapes could fit together perfectly in so many different configurations? Have you ever been enchanted by someone's scent? A scent you would probably not love if it came from you. Have you ever positioned the image of yourself close to your computer's camera so that you could watch yourself in a video chat while appearing to look at the other person? Have you ever said that you planned a surprise for an anniversary that you actually forgot about? Have you ever gotten angry because you were text orphaned? Have you ever become dismayed and lonely when your partner seemed to act so differently around other people? Have you ever become terrified when your partner tells you that they like a book or a movie that you find idiotic? Have you ever had a moment of feeling extremely connected to someone ruined because you realized that the intensity of that connection was temporary? Have you ever laughed the first time that your partner got really mad at you because they looked so weird? Have you ever felt swimmingly lost because you sensed something was not quite right in your relationship, even though when you asked your partner they said everything is fine? Have you ever felt a mixture of anger and relief when they finally told you that everything is not fine? Have you ever thought that working on an issue between you is futile because it is supposed to just happen naturally, or it should be easier than this? Have you ever felt that maybe in the long run not that much just happens naturally? Have you ever felt strangely closer to someone after you talked about the possibility of breaking up? Have you ever not broken up with someone because you thought they couldn't handle it? Have you ever realized that you were actually worried that it was you that couldn't handle it? Has your phone ever run out of juice in the middle of an argument, and it sort of felt like your phone was breaking up with both of you? Have you ever been crushed by that little checkmark and seen at text on a Facebook message that you sent hoping for a reply? Have you ever woken up blissfully and suddenly been flooded by the awful remembrance that someone had left you? Have you ever just walked and walked because your body couldn't be still with the pain of a recent breakup? Have you ever lost the ability to imagine a future without a person that was no longer in your life? Have you ever looked back on that event with the sad smile of autumn and the realization that futures will happen regardless? This concludes Volume 3 of the Human Test. If you answered yes to 10 or more of these, you are a human. If not, more tests are needed.